Hi friends, it's Deanna Willison with Our Blooming Catholic Life, and I bet you're surprised to see our friend Saint Stan on a Wednesday. But he has written a beautiful poem I wanted to share with you. We're going to talk about it. We're going to read it first, and then we'll talk about it in a few moments. Bear with me as we try this. The triumph of the great Virgin conceived without original sin, beautifully celebrated in a new manner. Behold the triumph under the Marian foot, the head of the hostile dragon, he groans. We sing without sin conceived. Behold the triumph of the Virgin. The Stygian serpent was able to infect the first parents with his venom. He was not able to breathe on the great Virgin, the Virgin parent of God. All are born, however many from the loins of Adam, are born children of wrath. From a mother born of gracious name is born the Virgin of grace. The sin which pollutes all of humankind is absent from the Virgin. Conceived against the order of nature she was, as she herself conceived God. Therefore, when what is posterior is believed, why is what is prior not suitable for believing? In this learned book, Kochanovius rightly teaches, beautifully proves, behold the triumph, the wicked dragon is conquered. Behold the triumph, he is conquered. Hence, you know then, Kochanovius, by the pious triumph that you have prepared for the great Virgin, you are rightly called Kochanovius of the Virgin herself. Thus speaks Father Stanislaus Popinski of the Order of Clerics, regular of the pious schools of the Mother of God. Okay, so I want to let you know in footnote 53 when it says, from a mother born of gracious name, that's Anna, the mother of the Blessed Virgin. In Hebrew, the name Anna becomes Hannah, which means grace. The name Kochanovius is derived from the Polish word for beloved. Now, this poem ended up being the introduction to a book on the Immaculate Conception. Let's flip back to that. This is just so exciting. It's a tiny thing. Again, you can access this for free from the Marian Fathers of the Immaculate Conception. It's free as a PDF and as a flip book, or you can buy this chunky monkey. It tells you here, this is also available in Latin, side by side with the English. The source and purpose of this work, it was a devout poetic work. Father Stan, one of the main Polish Immaculists. I'd never heard that word before, but they're people who believed in the Immaculate Conception of Mary. The Immaculists. It's kind of nice. He had a great devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary and devoutly defended her title of Immaculately Conceived. In 1663, he wrote an epigram in which he argued the concept of the Immaculate Conception based on the consequences. To support this position, he included the epigram in his book, Prodrumus Reginae Artrium. In September of 1669, Father Stan moved from Warsaw to the Piarist headquarters in Kazimierz near Krakow. There he began making efforts for the release of the fourth edition of Prodrumus by the local printing house. At that very same time, the print shop was printing for the second time the work of Dominic Corwin Kochanowski entitled Novus Ascerendi Immaculatae Conception. I'm going to spare you. It's about the Immaculate Conception. I don't know, does it have the name of it in English? Disappointingly, it does not. But Father Popinski had the opportunity to get acquainted with the book even before its publication. Hey, publishers, anytime you want to send me a preview copy of a book, feel free. In 1670, on the occasion of his act of solemnly offering himself, as he cherished the hope of founding the Marians of the Immaculate Conception, Father Stan clearly stated his position on the Immaculate Conception. He said this, and I quote, I confess that the Blessed Mother of God, Mary, has been conceived without original sin. No wonder that the work in which Kochanowski presented a new way of confirming the thesis of the Immaculate Conception of Mary gained his recognition. We do not know whether it was on Father Stan's own initiative or through a suggestion on the part of Dominic's own brother, Father Franciszek, who supervised the second edition of it, that Saint Stan expressed his appreciation and high opinion of the book in a short poetic piece. I feel like a failure now. I love so many of Saint Stan's books, and I haven't written him a poem yet. Not a single poem. I feel like I should work on that. Perhaps we'll have my own poem for Father Stan's works soon. According to Saint Stan, the book presented the traditional teachings but delivered them in a new manner in which he probably saw the beauty of the argumentation. The presentations was preceded by a well-ordered introduction with logical arguments and convincing allocation. Therefore, St. Stan regarded the publication of the book as a clearly substantiated victory of the Immaculate Conception of the Blessed Virgin Mary over the dragon, and thus called it a triumph of the Great Virgin. I also want you to note that the name, the Coach Anovius, is actually, did I already tell you that? It's from the Polish word for beloved. So he thought it was quite fitting that such a man with such a name would be the one to defend Our Lady's honor. It does tell you the new way of asserting it. Let's see here. St. Stan praised the new way of asserting the Immaculate Conception of the Blessed Virgin Mary in accordance with Holy Scriptures and the Holy Fathers, previously expressed by saints and classical doctors of the Church, derived from the principles of the venerable servant of God, John Duns Scotus, the subtle doctor, again, a Franciscan. So many connections here, right? It was an extensive book, numbering 317 pages, had 3 parts, which they called decades by the author, because each of those contained 10 resolutions advocating for the Immaculate Conception. Its author claimed that only the Virgin Mary, Mother of Christ, was free from original sin committed by Adam and Eve. That is Decade 1. Decade 2 is that and was immaculately conceived. And Decade 3 is she was also free from weakness and the sinfulness of our fallen nature. Again, I wish they would tell us the title of that book, but I don't see the title of it in English anywhere. Anyway, I wish that I had thought to start writing poems to St. Stan. I may do it. It is a beautiful poem. And you could always change because it's not done with rhyme. In this learned book, the beloved rightly teaches, beautifully proves, behold the triumph, the wicked dragon is conquered. Behold the triumph, he is conquered. Hence you then, beloved, by the pious triumph that you have prepared for the great Virgin, you are rightly called beloved of the Virgin herself. Very easy to substitute those in. It does talk a little bit. It talks about the rules of classic logic were used. He says that Dominic's surname alone, according to the Baroque concept, was a visible manifestation of the love of Mary, rightly instructs in a learned book and beautifully proves it. And that introduction in here was by Robert Sawa. Don't know who that is. It's somebody I don't think whose name we've seen before. But what a beautiful poem. What a beautiful thing. Have you written poems to your favorite author yet? You may want to try it. Friends, have a blessed Wednesday. Don't forget, if you haven't gone to confession yet today, Wednesday is a lovely day for confession. God bless you, friends.